Hi, this is Anil. I was fortunate to be the All India Rank 1 holder in RBI exam back in 2018. Now, I'm absolutely thrilled to be part of Olive Board as a super mentor for their RBI Grade B programs. If you are aspiring to crack this exam in 2024, I will be available as a super mentor to discuss one-on-one with you, share strategy lessons, draw lessons from my preparation and set you up for success. Click the link below to check out the details. See you on Olive Board soon.
Hello everyone, I'm hoping you all are good and fine. In this particular session, we are going to start a very important chapter, that is your audit and auditors. Yes, you know very well, this chapter is totally be dedicated to our new chapter and the chapter name is audit and auditor. Before moving ahead, I want to show you one more thing, that is your notes. How I will cover your each and every topic related to your company law subject in your SEBI grade examination. First of all, moving ahead into anything, just look into this notes. You can see here, I will give you in the SEBI grade A pack course, I will give you all these sections, all these notes in this way. You can see here, you will get the notes in a way of flow chart. Sir, why you are giving the notes in a such a way? Because these flow charts or these handwritten notes will help you to revise your entire syllabus of company law in a very quick period of time. You can see here, yes, we have very beautiful notes, or by revising these notes you will able to understand and crack each and every section or each and every concept of every chapter of the company law. That you can see here. You can see I was given in every topic, every section I was given in this note as a way of flow chart in a very simplified way. You can see, yes, after that also how to become a auditor, what is the qualification of auditors, what do you mean by what is the disqualification of auditor. You can see you will able to understand each and every topic in a very amazingly way. Just you all are required to be a consistent with me. Just you are required to do the classes, live classes consistent on the Olive Board application. I am assuring you, you will definitely score a very good marks in your examination. The reason is that being an experienced educator, I know how to produce a best result and how to be revise each and every topic and each and every concept and each and every chapters. Or by this note, you will able to revise and cover your each and every topic in a very amazing way or in a very short period of time. You can see I was given so many times in order to prepare this note. Entire company law, each chapter you will get in this way. Yes, your each topic, your each chapters, your each section you will get in this way. By your flow chart, you will able to understand each and every portion. And yes, I am assuring you that you will demonstrate, score a very good marks if you are doing your classes consistently. In initial day, I was told you that you are just required to be maintain three things, that is the patience, trust and the self-reliance. These all the things are covering under this self-reliance. Yes, I will encourage you to prepare your own handwritten notes. Apart from this e-PDF notes, you will definitely get this e-PDF note, but yes, you all are required to maintain your own handwritten notes by this flow chart, because this flow chart will help you to revise your each and every section in a very less period of time. Yes, you will able to cover your entire company law syllabus. You are just required to go through with this note. You are just required to go through this with this note. You will able to learn and able to understand in a very simplified way each and every section. And you will able to cover entire company law syllabus in a very beautiful way, because these charts and the handwritten notes will help you to cover entire syllabus of company law. So you will not be find any kind of burden on you. By this reading out this note, you can see here I was given a very in a simplified way of notes. Each and everything I was be explained in this flow chart in a very simplified way, so that you will able to revise your entire company law before your day of examination in a very smoothly, or you have no any kind of burden on you related to whatever the subjects I am covering in your SEBI grade examination. For your kind information, I want to be clear one more thing, that yes, I am also be taking your costing classes. Yes, your costing classes I was also be cover will definitely cover, and the classes were exactly running every day at the 9 p.m. So without wasting any more time, you can just go into the www.oliveboard.com and .in, and yes, after that reaching website, you can able to access the classes, or else you can also be download the application from Play Store. And please start your syllabus if you wanted to secure a very good marks in your semi-grade examination. This is the last opportunity that you can be available with the maximum discount over here. Appointment like that, casual vacancy, section 139. You can see here each and everything I am covering in each section. I have covered in a very amazingly way by preparing this handwritten notes or in a chart way. Yes, like this note, this is the one of the most important concept. You can see here removal, resignation and special notice, section 140, section 141, section 140 subsection 4 and section 140 subsection 5. Every section you can see here I was covered in this particular notes in one single slide. So in front of you are just required to be go through with each and every section, and yes, you will able to understand, not only understand, you will able to grasp this thing for a longer period of time, and you will never be forget this each and every section, because I must prepare this note in a such a way that's help you to revise each and every concept in a beautiful way. Okay, so these all are the notes, your introduction. You know very well myself Ajay, and I have a teaching experience of more than 6 years, where I have mentored more than 6 lakh of aspirants, including chartered accountant aspirant, company secretary aspirants, regulatory aspirants, banking aspirants and other professional aspirants. So yes, I am the right mentor and the right faculty to tell you that you will demonstrate will going to be crack your SEBI grade examination. Let's start our topic, and the today's topic name is audit and auditor. Basically, it is your new chapter, and the chapter name is your audit and auditors. Before moving ahead, what do you mean by sir audit and auditor? First of all, I have to be clear one more important thing, that is every company, you know that's every company are required to prepare their what? Every company they are required to be prepare the books of account. Yes sir. And when I am talking about this books of account, this books of account is consist with your what? Consist with your day book, consist with your ledger, consist with your trial balance, consist with your purchase book, cash book, like that. From this we are going to be prepare our financial statement. Yes sir, from this we are preparing our financial statement, and again the financial statement is comprises with your 4 thing. What is the 4 things sir? That is the first thing that you are preparing from this books of account, your balance sheet. Your balance sheet, your profit and loss account, your cash flow statement, and the fourth thing that you are required to be prepared, the statement of changes in equity. Statement of changes in what? Changes in equity. Now the question is arises, if you are prepared this all of this account in a true and the fair view or not, who will check? Who will check? You can say yes sir, those person having a very specified knowledge about the financial statement, about the books of account. Yes, so obviously that person will check the accounts of the company. Every companies, they are required to prepare their financial statement, they are required to prepare their books of account. Why they are preparing the books of account? Because they have to be keep the record of every expenditure and every income, so that they will show their financial statement in front of the shareholder, that their financial statement showing in the true and the fair view or not. Now the question arises, who will do the audit? And audit is means what sir? First of all, tell me, what do you mean by audit? Audit means checking? No, you are wrong. Not audit means not only a checking. Audit is an independent examination of financial statement of an entity, whether the profit oriented or not, with an object to determine whether this financial statement is showing in a true and fair view or not. That's is meaning your audit. And who will do your audit? Your qualified auditor will do the audit over here. Now what do you mean by sir qualified auditor? Chartered accountant. Chartered accountant having a what sir certificate of practice, who will do the audit of any company. So this chapter will going to be understand in this particular session. What do you mean by audit? What do you mean by auditor over here? Both the things that's literally very important in order to understand and moving forward into the next part in our chapter, that is audit and auditors. So yes, first of all, we will understand what do you mean by sir financial statement? What do you mean by sir books of account? After that, we will go and cover each and every proportion in a step-by-step manner. we have to be first of all understand what do you mean by books of account. After that we are going to be understand the financial statement meaning, and then we will go why sir we required to be audit the accounts of a company, because audit will show like your accounts you have prepared in a true and fair view or not, or if in case there is any kind of material misstatement, that material misstatement should be reported by your qualified auditor to the top management. And in case of fraud, the auditor having a responsibility to disclose that fraud in front of what? In front of central government also. So yes, right now we have a very clear understanding that audit is what? Audit is your independent examination. Independent what? It basically your independent examination. What is the independent examination, sir? This independent examination in relation to your financial statement. And why we are doing the independent examination of our financial statement? The reason is that in order to find whether this financial statement is presenting or showing in a true and fair view or not. True or fair view or not, that is the main objective for conducting the audit over here. And in case if there is any kind of material misstatement, you have to be report. The auditor will report with relation to what? Their reporting board of directors, and with whom? And your central government, if in case there is any kind of fraud. Yes, you have heard about the Byju's audit report. The Byju's auditor have not signed the audit report of the Byju's company. The reason is that, what is the reason? There is a completely one reason. There is some kind of material misstatement that was hidden by their board of directors, by the auditors. And there is so many things. Right now I cannot be discuss that thing. Let's move forward. The next part of your chapter is auditor. Now what do you mean by auditor? Auditor is a simplified meaning of chartered accountant having a certificate of practice. That person will become the auditor of any companies. And yes, we have some qualifications, we have some disqualification, all the things that we are going to be learn in this e-PDF notes, and you have a right now very clear understanding. I have covered each and every section, each and every concept in this particular chapter, or every syllabus, your every chapter of this syllabus I have covered in this way that you will get each and every concept and each and every section by a what? By a flow chart way. So that is my objective, so that you will not be consumed so many times to understand the complex of the provisions. You will able to understand each and everything in a very simplified way or in a very attractive way. By this flow chart, you will able to understand like this way. Yes, you all are required to also be draw your flow chart. Let's move forward into the part. Now the question arises, sir, what do you mean by the books of accounts? What do you mean by books of accounts? So our section 128. Section 128 are basically dealing with about definition of what? Definition of books of account. And the definition of books of account is clearly be saying that every company means what, sir? We have a different type of company, or private company, or public company, or one-person company, small company, dormant company. Your every company, doesn't matter what type of company that you are. Yes. If you are a company, if you are incorporated under the Companies Act 2013, you are required to be prepare your books of account. Now, yes, you are first of all required to be prepared the books of account and other books and the papers, other supporting documents, and also not you are also required to prepare the books of account. You have to be prepared from the books of account your financial statements, and that should be kept physically or what? Electronically. Now the next section is dealing with your where we are required to be maintained, where you are required to be maintain your books of account. You have to be prepare your books of account at what? At the register office, not the branch office. But yes, you can also be shift your books of account preparation at any other place, but for that reason you have to be passed a board resolution. Now what do you mean by, sir, board resolution? Board resolution means your consent of all the directors of the companies. That consent of the majority of the directors in a composition of board of directors. If you have, yes, you can be shift your preparation of books of account at any other place. And yes, if you are shifting, then you are required to be file the details of new place with the registrar of company within 7 days in the form of AOC 5 over here. I hope right now you have a clear understanding about what do you mean by books of account over here. And yes, branch and foreign books are to be kept there itself, and only periodical return to be submitted to the company over here. If you are a branch of your main company, then you are required to be prepare your books of account at the branch. But yes, you are required to get the periodical return to their head office. That's a compulsory requirement. This portion is covering your books of account over here. Now the next point, that we have the books maintained by from whom? Yes, the managing director, the whole-time director, the chief financial officer, and any person who are authorized by the board of directors. Yes, they having a responsibility to prepare what? Prepare the books of account of a company. I hope right now you have a clear understanding about what do you mean by books of account, where you are required to prepare, by whom this books of account will be prepared. And yes, we are also having other accrual points, other important point, that's your books of account that you are required to be prepared in a cash or accrual basis. In a what basis, sir? Is we are required to prepare on a cash basis or we are required to prepare on an accrual basis? First of all, you are required to prepare your books of account on a accrual basis. What do you mean by accrual basis? Accrual basis means what? Accrual means is that probable income, that probable expenditure that may be happen in upcoming months or upcoming time period. You have to be record that expenditure. So on a due basis, when your income is recorded, your income is due, you are required to be give the transaction in your books of account. Now, double entry system that you are required to be follow. Every debit should be represented by your credit amounts and the credit transaction. That is your double entry system. And the third thing, that's showing in a true and the fair view, and it should be maintained for how many years? Basically 8 years you are required to be prepare the books of account for. If you are preparing your books of account in 23-24, it means you have to be kept that books of account of financial year 23 and 24 for the next 8 years. So this is your concept of books of account over here. Let's move forward into the next part. Now in case if any board of directors who are going to be inspection of this books of account, how they can? Yes, if any director who want to be inspect the books of account, whether these books of account are maintained in true or fair view or not, yes, they have a right to inspect, but they can be inspect in their business or. If books are outside India, yet should be made available within a period of what? 15 days from the date of receipt of that request. And yes, members can also be checked, but after passing a board resolution or ordinary resolution in general meeting. What do you mean by, sir, OR? OR is your, when having a board cast in favor more than 51%, then we can say that we have passed the ordinary resolution. Next we have directors can inspect the books of account of subsidiary only, and resolution they are required to be passed in their board of directors. So this point that's very required to be learned. Yes, we have also other important points. So if you are taking any information, seeking any information, or if you want to inspect the books of account, yes, the directors are required to be inspect the books of account only the personally. Yes, he cannot be inspect the books of account of a company through their representative, through their agent. That's not be allowed by the Companies Act 2013 provisions. Here you can see here, not through the agent, attorney, and the representative. And inspection or investigation, central government can ask to keep the records even for a more than 8 years. We know very well we have to be prepared for a maximum 8 years to our books of accounts of any financial years. But in case central government means regional director order that company that you are required to be prepared these books of account, this financial year books of account for more than 8 years, then in case you are required to be prepared for more than 8 years. Now the next point, what type of transaction that we are required to be recorded in our books of account, and I have given you the mnemonics. That mnemonics is known as your mask. Now what do you mean by, sir, mask? Mask is representing your money received and expended, means your whatever the expenditure that you have done and whatever the income that you have received in the form of cash, you are required to be kept in your books of account. The next point is asset and liabilities. If you are acquiring any kind of assets, you are required to give the treatment in your books of account also. And yes, all the liabilities, if you are obtaining the loans advances, you are required to be maintain that information. And sale and purchase cost record, if is required by any central government permission, after the permission you are required to be also maintain the cost record, that is your costing part. That is our syllabus. That's are the part of your syllabus, the costing. Yes, so these all points are the other important points. And the next point that we have the financial statement. Now, what do you mean by, sir, financial statement? When I am talking about the financial statement, the first of all, we have a very important section, and the section name is your section 129. Now, the section 129 is saying what, sir? Section 129, first of all, saying financial statement include, first of all, what, sir? Include your balance sheet, your profit and loss account, your cash flow statement, your statements of changes in equity, and notes to account, each and everything that are covering under the portion of financial statements. And that financial statements are required to be audited by whom? Qualified auditors. And thus, after being audited, the qualified auditor will give the judgment and prepare the audit report whether this financial statement are prepared in a true and fair view or not. That's the main concern that's required to be covered. So why we are preparing financial statement? Why we are preparing the financial statement? And the first requirement, the basic requirement for preparing the financial statement, that's your financial statement should be showing in a true and fair view, and it should be compliance with your accounting standard, and should be prepared as per the format of what? Schedule 3, and presented at every annual general meeting. Yes, you have to be presented your financial statement, your consolidated financial statement, your every financial statement in front of whom? In front of your general members. So yes, your standalone, your consolidated, you're required to be present in front of your members. So this portion that's you are required to be remembered. Next, we have a consolidated financial statement. Yes, you are required to be prepared the financial statement as on a consolidated basis. Now, in consolidated, which financial statement are included over here? Holding company's financial statement and your subsidiary company financial statement. Now, what do you mean by a subsidiary? Subsidiary means a company in which a holding company having a control more than 51% of the voting rights, and they are controlling the majority of the director, then we can say that that company is a subsidiary company, and on which this company having a control is your holding company. So subsidiary company can be become by a two-way, by controlling the more than 51% of what? More than 51% of paid up share capital, and controlling the majority of what? Majority of board of directors. So by this way, anyone can be create their subsidiaries. And the next, what do you mean by, sir, associate company? Associate company in which any company having a stake in that company for more than 20% but does not be exceed by 49%. So this is your what? This is your associate company. So an associate company, we having in a control of any other person for more than 20%. But up to what? Up to 49%. So yes, we can say that that person or that company is your associate company. And yes, you are required to be prepared or consolidated financial statement in the format of AOC 1, and consolidated financial statement does not be required. All members initiate in a writing. Unlisted companies, ultimate and intermediate holding companies. So these points that you are not be considering in your consolidated financial statement. Next point, we have other points. The other points is saying that no cash flow statements is required. Now this is a very, very important point, and this is your PYQ, previous year question. Please pay your attention. Whose companies are not be required to prepare their cash flow statement? Yes, your small company, your one-person company, your dormant company, your startup and the private company, they are not be required to prepare the financial statement. Apart from this financial statement, one statement that is a cash flow statement, these companies are not be required to prepare. What do you mean by, sir, OPC? What do you mean by small company? This is not in your part of the syllabus. Yes, the types of companies are not be covering in your part of the syllabus. That's why we are not be covering here. And next point is financial year should be start from your 1st April and the ending should be 31st March. And in case if you have incorporated on the after the 1st of January, then you are required to prepare your financial statement till the next of the 31st March. And in case any kind of different financial year that you are required to be follow, if you are incorporated outside India, then you are required to be take the approval from the regional director, that is your central government. So we have covered a very important section, that is your section 129. Okay, so yes, we have the next point, but before moving into the next point, yes, this is your SEBI Grade A 2024. We have already been launched a very beautiful syllabus, And yes, you can do each and every portion. You can do your each and every subjects will be covering right now. So without wasting any more further time, you can be join in our Savvy Grade A course, live course. Just download the application or download the application of Oliboard or going into the websites www.oliboard.in, so you can easily be access our classes, and by using my code Ajay, yes, absolutely, you will get the 40% of what 40% off over here. Now, how, sir, we can become the auditors? How we can become the auditors? Right now, we know very well audit is required. Why audit is required? Because audit is an independent examination. So, whatever the financial statement is prepared by whom, whatever the financial statement, books of account is prepared by the company, now who will assure that these books of accounts are prepared in a true and fair view or not? Who will assure that each and every entries are passed in the books of account or financial statement are correct or not? Your auditor will assure. And yes, they will conduct the audit, and after that they have a clarity about that this financial statement is showing in a true and fair view or not. So yes, you are a CA, chartered accountant, and yes, after not only chartered accountant, you also having a what? Certificate of practice over here. Nationality is not important, and firm qualified if majority of partners is a qualified. Yes, you can also be in corporate firm, but you cannot be allowed to be incorporate the company and the body corporate. You will not be allowed in order to do the audits. So when I am talking about first requirement is you have a requirement of what? You are a chartered accountant plus you having a certificate of practice in order to conduct a what? Audit. But having these two things doesn't give the assurance that you will conduct the audit. In order to check whether you are eligible to conduct the audit or not, you have to be satisfied this requirement. Yes, on the date of appointment, yes, we have some disqualification. So if you are falling under this disqualification, you are not be allowed to become a auditor, qualified auditor of any company. And after the appointments, yes, if there is any still disqualification, also you have to be leave that office of audit. And yes, these 2 points that we are required to be covered in our next session. I was given you the mnemonic. Here you can see the mnemonic, how we will able to remember what is the disqualification not to become an auditor, qualified auditor for doing the audit of any company. Yes, I have given the mnemonic of big fiber rope. Yes, body corporate. B, I means independent of the companies. G means guarantee. Big, now the fiber means full-time employment. I means interest in security. B means business relationship. R means business relationship. After R means relative in a company. And yes, A means what? A means your employee. Now next, rope means restricted services. Now overall limit. And who is person who is also a convict. And yes, after satisfying this big fiber rope, you can see here these all the mnemonics. And yes, that's all the things that we are going to be learn in about next session. I hope right now you are able to understand each and everything. And yes, every topic that we have remained, we will cover in next session. And yes, I am suggesting you, and I want to be clear one thing, that's please come the classes at live, so that you will able to ask the question, or you will able to ask also a doubt in this session. If you like this session, click on the thumbs up button. If you are watching this video at the live on YouTube, and in case if you are watching on a paid application, you can simply give your feedback how you enjoy the session. Thank you very much for being participating. We will meet at the same timing tomorrow 4 p.m. Till then, take care. Thank you very much. Please click on the like button and tell me in the comment box how you enjoy my teaching style. Till then, take care. Thank you very much.
The journey to crack one of India's toughest exams, the RBI Grade B, is long, one that needs perseverance and the right strategy. Hi, this is Anil. I was fortunate to be the All India Rank 1 holder in RBI exam back in 2018. If you are aiming to crack this exam in 2024, I might be able to help you achieve this dream. As a super mentor for the RBI program on Oliboard, I'm available to interact one-on-one with you, share strategy lessons and draw insights from my own preparation and set you up for success. Click the link below to check out the details. See you on Oliboard soon.